Cyber dopamine here. So
Never
I'd
mind, that's
assume you've
not.
got friends and
My
family or a
my
girlfriend or
arrow
something.
was telling me the
Someone
wrong
who
thing.
doesn't like it when you play video games. Gaming's a waste of time, you could be doing more with your time. Obviously, without moderation, that's so valid. But I can't help but notice that the ones
Without
that typically tell
moderation.
you that gaming is a waste of time are also the same people that spend a lot of time doom scrolling on TikTok, binge watching Love Island. And I realized this and I'm like, all right, let me do some research on the difference between.
You know what the funny part is that like back when I was a kid and like my dad thought I was wasting my life away because of video games. He was kind of right, the yeah, I totally was. But now people don't think of it that way because there's something in replace of it, right? People thought that because gaming was the so-called bad thing, right? Kind of like murderers became murderers because they watched a serial killer movie or something. That was like the bad thing as well. But now we have TikTok. Gaming is nowhere near bad anymore. No one thinks that way anymore because something worse has taken it over. So we're fucking safe now. We're safe till the day I fucking die. No one's ever gonna say gaming is a waste of time anymore because there's people literally scrolling online. And these aren't just like kids scrolling online, these are everyone, every age group, like 60-year-olds, 70-year-olds, fucking 20, 30, 40, like everyone's just fucking scrolling.
Gaming and doom scrolling, social media, right? Smartphones, screen time, things like that. And I'm about to blow your mind with some crazy facts. To sum it up, gaming is healthy, doom scrolling is not. I first want to bring up
Not
the fact that I
crazy.
believe
I've thought it for
social
a while.
media has really fried our attention spans. Put this into perspective here, right? I'd assume, you work a job, I hope you do, and you come.
See, the thing that doesn't make it crazy is that it's not just that TikTok has kind of become the bad thing now, but if you think back on it, gaming was always a good thing. Just parents didn't think that way of their kids. But I've learned most of my life lessons from gaming. Yes, it can be addicting, and like he said, in moderation, you are wasting your time, if you're not, moderating it properly. But teaches you social skills, it teaches you math depending on what games you're playing. It teaches you kind of geography. It teaches you a lot of different things. WoW was like a big one for me because when I first started playing WoW, I was all about being in the trade chat, selling things, and using the auction house. And it was, when did I start my first business? It was Panda. And that came from me playing WoW. Like, I'm not going to say because I played WoW, I was like, oh, let's start a business. But because I'd kind of like been a businesswoman in a sense on WoW, that's where my first business came in, you know? I've had 3 now. Yeah. Successful. Yeah. So gaming can build skills.
Come home from work and you're driving home and you're like, I'm gonna go play a game. And I've talked about this before. Oh, I can't wait to hop online on Call of Duty or whatever it is. And you get home, I have all the good games. I've got the Red Deads, the Call of Duties, and the Battlefields. But for some reason, I just don't want to freaking play them right now. And what you do is you turn off your computer, you go in bed, and you start doom scrolling through the freaking TikToks,
I
man. You just
never
freaking start ripping the YouTubes, bro, and the Twitters. These algorithms.
I guess I'm one of the few. Like I only have, oh, you're your phone's about to die, buddy. You're not gonna do a whole lot of doom scrolling. You got like what, 1% battery life on that sucker? But anyway, um, well, this might make me sound bad, but the point is I don't I hate phones. I don't really scroll through anything. My last tweet on Twitter was in 2023 or was it 2024? It was whenever it was like the 20th anniversary of WoW. So it was around then. And and then TikTok, I only have because of content, and I'm still bad at that. I post one TikTok a year. And Instagram, I haven't posted in a couple of years. And the thing is, being a content creator and all, if I'm not posting, I'm not on there. Like, yeah, I'm definitely not looking at other things if I'm not at least posting my own content, right? My social media is pretty much this, I would say YouTube, YouTube and Twitch because I don't really do much of anything else. Yeah, I should be posting on all those, but yeah, and then where the really bad thing comes in is there's never any doom scrolling in bed because one, my phone's over here. I put it on the charger, so I don't even have my phone over there. And two, I stay up so fucking late that by the time I say goodnight to you guys, I'm so fucking tired that I take a few minutes to kind of like shut some stuff down. Computer stays on all the time. Like I'm not shutting down the computer, but I'm like closing browsers and stuff. And then I turn that TV on and I'm usually out like a light fairly quick after that. So yeah. Yeah, definitely no doom scrolling over here.
These social media platforms have become
But
so
lots
good at
of
what they do,
gaming.
feeding you what you want, that these past couple of months, I've resorted to doom scrolling instead of like playing video games. So I'm about to blow your mind right now. The average screen time for Gen Zers is a little over 9 hours a day. Okay? I found
for
this hard to believe. So what I did is
for
I
scrolling?
contacted my friends and family and I had them screenshot their screen time for me to take a look at. And here's one I got, 5 hours and 34
How do you
minutes.
get
It's
there?
pretty
Let me
good. It's
see.
healthy, consistent, whatever. All of a sudden, boom, 9 hours and 52.
One sec, I'll look at mine. Oh, I used my face that time. How'd he get there? How do you get there? Was it in settings? It was screen time. What would that look like? And point proven. Point proven right now. Like how do I doom scroll if I don't even know how to use my fucking phone? Okay, show me how you got there, buddy.
Found this hard to believe. So what I did is I
Okay, you
contacted my friends and family
I
and I
don't
had
want to contact anyone. Okay, you're in settings and you have screen time. Hold on, I'll look. I'll look. Oh, I have screen time. Screen time. Okay, what'd you click next?
them screenshot their
I don't get that. Does that mean I'm really bad at screen time? If that, like, my shit's just like, it's like it's not even set up. Um, yeah, I don't see that. See, like, I clicked that because screen time right there. You see it? And then we click it, and then that's what I get. Like, did I not say that? Do I not get? What does that mean? Oh, there's reports. Let me click that. Turn not now, or do I have to turn it on to see screen time? Oh yeah, yeah, get a weekly report with insights. Okay, fine, turn on the app. Okay, so 0 because I just activated it. But I've got another phone. Let's see. That was the business phone there. The personal. That's why I picked up the business, because like that's where more activity would be. Why you not liking my fingerprint? Is it because I'm eating Cheetos or what? Okay, let me see. How do we get to screen time on this one? This one might have, well, I don't know if it's not activated. I didn't think you had to activate it. Fuck, I'm not gonna know how to get on. Oh, screen time right there. Um, 0? 0. Yeah, it 0 minutes. The thing is, I have a phone for one reason. It's emergency. If someone needs to call me, they can call me. If I need to call someone, I can call them. And and that's why I have this one. That one back there, that's the business phone. I have it for business, obviously, but like personal wise, um, if it wasn't for, you know, caring about people, I guess, I wouldn't have a phone. So me having a phone means I have a heart.
Screen time for me to take a look at. And here's one I got, 5 hours and 34 minutes. It's pretty good. It's healthy, consistent, whatever. All of a sudden, boom, 9 hours and 52
I'll
minutes.
check mine
I'm like,
tomorrow.
holy crap, 8
Give it
hours
a
and
day.
28 minutes. And look at this, YouTube, 11 hours on the week. TikTok, 9.5 hours on the week.
Yeah, mine'll still say 0 tomorrow. They're like actually in apps. Like the closest I get is like if I check the time or something, which I don't even have to do because I have smartwatch. But yeah, like I'm definitely not going into apps, that's for sure. Yeah.
Week. Another 9 hour and
But I will say, if you could do this same thing on the PC, I'd blow you guys out of the water with that fucking time. Guaranteed. I'd be at least 12 hours. Yeah. I may not use the phone, but I do use my computer.
52 minutes. 8 hours and 28 minutes. The freaking proof is in the pudding right here. And the reason why I bring that up is because if you were to tie it into gaming, you know, most of the screen time that we're doing, 60 something percent of it is social media. The rest is productivity. And I get like social media is good. You know, it's good to know what's going on around you. But if you're to replace, you know, 30 or 40% of that, you know, 60% with gaming, I just want to let you know that there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, it is encouraged that you game instead of going through these freaking endless For You pages. So check this out. I did a lot of research and I'll put the articles in the description, but I want to show you two things that really freaked me out when I read them. There was a study done with about 150,000 participants in the UK. It's from UK Bio. They do a lot of this stuff. This one was aimed towards Alzheimer's and it has nothing to do with gaming, but what this article highlights is that, you know, they had to separate people that have different hobbies, right? So people that play more than 5 hours of games a week were put in a specific category, you know, other hobbies like biking and things like that. To get to the point, those that played games frequently had up to a 19% less chance of developing Alzheimer's than when compared to those who never played games. And I checked.
Yeah, but you know what? You'll have other issues. I love my gaming and all, but there is a reason why I am actively working out nowadays. Yeah. So let's not go telling people that they're going to have health being a gamer. Like, yeah,
It's credibility. And I
gaming
encourage you to
has its
check it
flaws.
too. These guys know what they're doing, and this is what they're claiming in this article. Obviously, it's an up to
It just takes a
19%,
while to
right? It
catch
can
up to
vary
you.
from 1 to 19. But regardless, that potential is a huge deal. So I'm about to show you another article that will freaking blow your mind. And you've probably heard about this one before. So it's called The Impact of Video Games on Training Surgeons in the 21st Century. And I'm not going to read it to you, but I'm going to sum it up. Current video game players made 32% fewer errors and performed 24% faster and scored
See,
26%
that
better
goes back to
overall
my
when compared to
what I
their
was saying
colleagues
about
that
skill.
don't play video games. And this is in regards to surgeons, people that freaking work on the body. Also, you guys don't have to sub if you don't want to sub.
That one's not surprising because for a long ass time, I would say, for me at least, I would say 20 years, I've been hearing the story of how when, people go into the army and are getting ready to go to war type deal, they're sat down in front of a computer, a shooter game, to more or less practice precision. Yeah, it's been a running thing we've heard forever, and it's been backed up by, vets. Yeah.
But if it's your vibe, it's your vibe. You know, you do you. But there's a part of your brain called the hippocampus, and I'm not gonna go into that, right? This is not my job. It's the part of your brain that renders short-term and long-term memory, and then also is kind of responsible for like spatial mapping. So like the environment around you and memorizing where to go and where not to go, and like, you get the point. But that part of your brain when you're gaming is working out constantly. Whereas when you're consuming content, when you're doom scrolling on TikTok, you are being fed information that is just given to you on a platter. With gaming, you are hunting for your food, right? You are outsmarting the other person who's trying to gun you down, and you're deciding to run back this wall and then jump through the window and flank them from behind. You are constantly using critical thinking and problem solving ability to outperform the other opponent in the game that you're playing. You're trying to win. So your brain is working constantly when you are gaming. It depends on the game too. Like Elden Rings, yeah, bro, you're at 100, but you play a game like Stardew Valley, you're still using your brain, but not to the extent of which you would on Call of Duty, right? First person shooters and things like that. But here's another study. This one's crazy, and the link is below. They did a study with a bunch of kids. Kids would score 2.5 points higher with IQ than those that wouldn't play video games. That's another one you can read about it. I'm just skimming it off the top. I mean, the evidence is there that gaming is pretty good for the brain. And I'll back myself up by saying, obviously, gaming isn't the healthiest option or the best thing you should be doing. Without moderation, yeah, it could be a waste of time. But now let's look at the opposing side of the team, which is short form content and just consuming content in general.
I think nowadays, whether it's a waste of time or not, it's better than this shit. Like I'm I'm surprised he didn't really just say it out loud. If it'd been me doing this video, the way I would have worded it during that part where he's like, gaming, you use your brain, and then not so much with TikTok, I would have just come out and said, TikTok and doom scrolling, you're fed dumbass shit, so you are actually degrading your brain. you know? Like you are getting dumber by the minute by doing that shit. Yeah. Because you're fed dumb shit. Yeah.
Scrolling. But before that, I want to give a shout out to Ukraine. I'm sure you get tired carrying a freaking bag full of cords everywhere you go. This is why this thing has been so essential in my life from here on out. It's the
I
Ugreen
actually,
Nexo.
I'm a step better than you, buddy. Unless this thing does what mine does, but I don't really have cords. Everything just sits on a base and charges. Yeah. So Even my phone when it dies and I'm like out, I have like a base for it.
Showed 165-watt retractable power bank, and it's got this built-in retractable USB-C cable. So it's almost 2 feet long. You can pull it out as far as you need, lock it in place, and when you're done, you snap it back and it retracts. It's super clean. There's no tangles, there's no mess, no digging through your bag for another cable. And it's super durable. It's tested for 25,000 retractions and 10,000 bends. And don't let the size fool you. This thing is a freaking powerhouse. It's got 20,000 milliamp capacity. So it's airline approved and you can take it on a plane, but it's enough to charge an iPhone almost 4 full times.
Right? You need
And
to
when you need
charge that.
speed, it'll push 100 watts out of a single port or 165 watts split across the 2 USB-C ports.
Should have that
That's
plugged
enough to
in
take
while
your
you're doing
MacBook
this
Pro
video,
from 0
buddy.
to 54% in 30 minutes. Plus, you've got 3 ports total. You've got 2 USB-C and 1 USB-A. So you can keep your laptop, phone, and tablet all charging at once. And yes, it'll even handle handhelds. Plug in a ROG Ally or a Steam Deck, and it's got the juice to keep them running in turbo mode while you play. There's also a smart TFT display on the front so you can actually see what's going on,
I guess
battery
it's not
percentage,
bad.
wattage, voltage,
Now
all in
that
real
it
time.
has a
And if you
few.
pair it with the Nexode 100-watt retractable charger, when you're plugged in, you can basically get a hassle-free travel kit that makes carrying cords a thing of the past. So check out the links in the description for up to 30% off. Because this is such a new thing, these new short form videos is such a new thing, there's not a lot of studies going into the brain, not a lot of MRI scans. But what we can take away based off the research that has been done, there's a...
What? I had to pause. Short form videos are not a new thing. Neither are long form videos. Hell, YouTube shorts aren't even a new thing. Nothing's a new thing on YouTube. Everything's been done for years.
really big thing going on when you're going through short form
Except for
content.
AI, I guess.
You know, you're swiping through one thing and it's a June bug. It's a documentary about a beetle. Then the next it's about an F-35 fighter.
My friend Mark, he'll scroll. I know this because he's prone to passing out in his recliner downstairs. And I'll go down to like, it's usually during my BRB. I'll go get a drink. And he'll be passed out, and because he watches this, it'll just like keep playing the same shit. And it's like I can't understand how you watch that. I know a lot of you guys probably do it yourself because some people do like the very, very quick videos, but I can't get invested, especially with YouTube ones because you can't you can't post more than, well, technically it's 58 seconds because when you upload, it adds 2 seconds to your video. Why? I don't know. So as a creator, your video has to actually be less than a minute for it to still count as a YouTube short, right? And you just can't get enough info. You know? It's like if there's like a quick wow guide you can do in a minute, fine. But like it's so much the case that there's a lot of videos out there that are like part 1, part 2, part 3, click the next video to find out the rest of the story. That shit sucks. That shit is horrible. I don't know how people can handle YouTube shorts and TikToks. Like, yeah, there's a reason I'm not active on TikTok, and there's a reason why I don't really watch videos on YouTube, except for these. Like, once in a while, you'll catch like a YouTube short in my reacts, but usually it's like long form videos.
Jet. Then the next it's about something sad like a dog dying, right? You get sad all of a sudden, and then you swipe again, and then something happy like my boy James freaking giving somebody $1,000 at
It is
Walmart.
very
What I
random.
found though, and what the studies found, is that even though you're consuming a lot of information, you could say you're learning a lot as the minutes go by with you scrolling. It's actually proven now that by constantly changing your emotions by what you're seeing, so drastically, it actually like can kind of knock your response system off a little bit to where you're going to have more stress, more anxiety, and depression. But the other issue is that when you're doom scrolling, you're gaining so much information at once that your brain eventually decides to cut out what is not important, right? And the more you doom scroll, the more your brain gets strict on what it will intake and what it won't. And so it'll only start taking in the things of highest importance for you to remember. And the reason why that's a problem is because it's training your brain to only look for the things that are extremely impactful. And then it disregards the information that is even relatively impactful, raising your brain's standards of what it should intake for information and memory. Now, I don't have numbers to back me up. No articles showed me exact numbers, which is kind of scary if you think about it. This is something that everybody's dealing with, doom scrolling, but there's not a lot of evidence about the brain and how it reacts to doom scrolling. If you know this channel, it's a handheld focused gaming channel, right? Like, it's all about, the Steam Deck. We now have handhelds that can render these amazing games like it's no problem, right? We can play them on small form factors instead of stationary Xboxes and PCs. And this has really been a big game changer for me because now I've caught myself doom scrolling so much. And what I do is when I catch myself doing that, because a lot of, we can doom scroll and not know we're doing it. We get so sucked in that we don't even know that 2 hours has gone by. I've been more aware of when I catch myself doing this. And what I do is I turn off my freaking phone. Well, I just put it to sleep. I'm not gonna be crazy about it. And then I turn on my Steam Deck and I start playing games. And maybe it's a game I've already beat before. Maybe it's a game that I don't really want to play, but I play it anyways. And I'm not gonna tell you that I've noticed a difference in my life. Like, it's not like those medication commercials where they're like freaking on top of a skyscraper just like this, full of life. But I mean, hey, at least I'm not getting stuck in this brain rot freaking machine that these giant tech companies have successfully created. I feel less like a victim. I want to put this into perspective for you. Ready? We're all guilty of doom scrolling TikTok, and Instagram and YouTube and Twitter. When was the last time you spent a long time doing so? For me, it was last night before bed. A little bit today even. I probably went through yesterday like 150 TikToks. So figure that out
not
and then
on
ask
the
yourself, what do you remember from what you saw? Obviously, you're not going to remember going through 150 TikToks, but you do remember key moments, right? For me, it was the beetle.
I remember everything
like
we've
June
watched
bug
today.
in the desert. Pretty weird. And then an F-35 fighter jet and its capability and maneuverability
But that's
in the
because
sky. I remember those two.
Longer
and a lot of
form
Ozzy
videos.
Osbourne, right? I went through 150 TikToks. And that's all I can recollect off the top of my head. Now ask yourself, when was the last time you played a video game, right? For me, it was Ready or Not on this handheld
Did I
right
log
here.
in today?
Okay, so
Yes.
A1X. But I remember walking into this
today
building.
as well.
I remember which doors had trip mines behind them. I have the whole house mapped out in my head from that one time playing it, right? Like, my memory is so sharp with this map that I played because it's high intensity. My brain is very focused on trying not to die and trying to basically, as any SWAT team would, infiltrate or go in there, and clean it up, without getting shot or without your guys getting shot at. My memory with my gaming is so good. Elden Ring, for example, you have to memorize all the controls. You have to memorize what everything does. Like, what does the stinky salamander do when you pick it up? Like, obviously it's for this and that. You have to memorize that. I don't know, guys. I just wanted to bring this up. It's just a rant, but more handheld content coming out later. Thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video, yo. Okay.
This is an inspired Go salad, and it makes healthy eating super easy. As you see, it's packaged in a unique way with one goal in mind: to keep things fresh and end the days of eating soggy salads. Let me show you how it works. First, it's completely sealed, which means you can throw it in your bag and not worry about it falling apart.
I think we know how.
You just peel, add the homemade dressing, flip the lid over, shake it up, and you have a restaurant quality salad in seconds. Canadian top chefs help design every recipe to make you crave eating healthy. And new recipes come out every month to help keep things interesting.
Oh yeah, those
The best
$20
part is they're delivered
salads.
right to your front door. Check out Inspired Go and fill your fridge with delicious salads that make eating healthy so easy.
I just make my own fucking salad.